on the T side to start, and let's take a look at the utility here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fairly standard for both teams. Cloud9 actually will be going for a little bit more utility than I originally thought, and I'll be curious to see if they go for the set play on A. A lot of teams actually will just rush B, as it is somewhat of a guaranteed plant. So judging from the fact they got 2 smokes and 3 flashes, suggests to me we could see more of a 2-pronged, maybe even 3-pronged attack onto the A site, depending on where nothing wants to go. He has all the smokes though, suggests to me this is going to be an A play for now.
As we will see them again lining up. There's smokes at the moment, nothing off, still towards T-spawn. 4 players above ladder. So if they are going to execute into A, it will be very ladder heavy, but they are going to be moving down into the Brown Hall area. And with the amount of smokes that they have, you gotta think that nothing is going to perform some sort of fake here onto A, and then I suppose the bomb's going to head to B. Like you were stating, a lot easier to get the bomb down there.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised here. I thought they were going to set up for the 2 smokes and then try and aggress onto A, but they've kind of held off for now. They're keeping the CTs caught in 2 mines, and as you said, they still retain both their smokes. So you would expect to see one around connector, the other one at the back of the site somewhere, and then try and work from there. Here comes the first smoke, landing on connector. That's going to try and funnel the CTs away from the action. And now Stewie2K going to be taking point for his team with the Glock. It's going to be Bolts that opens up for the first frag, and now close on the site, just gets jump shotted. Bolts got 2 kills amongst all the action, and a 3rd as well. CT's off to a romping start. Stewie2K's going to put to the smoke, not too surprised he's there. Lands himself another headshot, and in amongst all the fury, the action has got a bomb plant down. 2-on-3 though.
They're going to tap the bomb here, nothing close to where it's planted, and he's going to take the fight versus Phoenix, loses it. It's now only Stewie. Going to go up on top of this Pop Dog train. He spots them out. They don't actually have the kit in hand. It's got to be somewhere around here, though, but it doesn't make a difference. Stewie falls, and that'll be the round. So Immortals able to pick it up, and that's one of the stats that's fairly interesting to me in that it's fairly viable to get a bomb plant on the B-bomb site on pistol round, but to actually hold it post-plant seems to be very difficult, and not a lot of teams have it really figured out. But one thing to note was interesting was how nothing smoke actually goes right over the A-bomb site and hits connector. So definitely a nice way to throw those 2 smokes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful smoke, very well crafted, but yeah, you highlighted a very key point there, that getting on B is the easy part, retaining it is the hard part, but it is a bomb plant, and they decide to get another buy in the next one. By the way, Bolt's got 4 frags in that previous round, so he performed pretty damn well. He has not a great deal of utility amongst the rest of his team, actually, just the flashbang remaining with 1:30 to go. But as we can see, we have the benefit of the HUD in-game. No utility other than the flashbang for Cloud9. So the long-range confrontation going to go the way of Phelps, and a second headshot just to round off things nicely. It looks as though Immortals may very well cruise to this round without losing a single player.
Yeah, they're just getting very aggressive here. Giving very much respect at all to the Cloud9 side. And only lose 1. Not too bad at all. So Cloud9 moving into the next round again with that buy, or rather that bomb plan of the first round, nets them enough for a buy here. Of course, it's minus some utility. You can see nothing and Stewie have enough to get some smokes in and such, but otherwise it is going to be pretty lackluster in that front. Okay, an automatic actually goes minus some head armor to grab a smoke as well, so we'll see how this pans out. You got Henny with the AWP. So that's going to be playing towards Ivy. Cloud9 spread out approach. They're going to head towards Brown Hall and B early.
Yeah, just filtering out standard stuff thus far for Cloud9. Phelps holding close angle with UMP, realizing if the players drop flashbangs to copy them, he'll probably be a dead man. 1-4 trade, though, will favor the terrorists, all things considered. There is a lack of grenades for FNX out at no man's land. Gets caught with his pants down, flash in his face. Bolt's going to try and put the hammer down with his M4. 1 frag. Pulls his nade out, actually cost him his life. 2-on-2, automatic goes in for another frag, so fantastic aggression. And now it's all on Zeus, who's given his position away on Pop Dog. Cloud9 will break the curse and pick up their first round. That's going to hurt the Immortals. You can see their economy. 7.2k on Phelps. Everybody else is struggling.
Yeah, that's the benefit of buying in that 3rd round. We get the first round plant in. We definitely break the economy early, and they won't be able to afford a buy. So Phelps goes with CZ75, some armor. We got actually a potential nade stack here. Looks like that's going to be heading towards connector potentially. As we'll see, that is the case. No one inside of T-Con, though, to receive the damage. So again, Cloud9, this is their chance to get those early T-side rounds in. It can be very difficult to actually secure multiple T rounds once the CT side gains that financial bank. But at the moment, they've broken it early, so again, need to take the advantage they've created. That being said, Phelps getting aggressive towards Ivy yet again here. He's going to take down Nothing early.
Yeah, beautiful pop flash through the smoke. You can see that Nothing had no idea what was coming at him. Unfortunately, though, for Phelps, he goes scavenging for the weapon that was dropped. He gets AWP from Skadoodle, so decent cover from the T's, making sure no weapons get put across for free. You can now see that Henny is toying with the idea of going out into no man's land himself to pick up the weapon. And he has got it, the AK. You can hear the AWP shot rain out from Skadoodle, but it has missed for now. In the meanwhile, Automatic pushing onto the site. FNX has been tagged, has to relocate for now with the Deagle. The one-tap potential is still alive and well. Meanwhile, Henny has chimed in for his first frag of the round. Automatic lands another headshot, very similar, reminiscent of how he played the last round, and he will reap the rewards once again. 3-on-2, faces pretty poorly for Immortals. Just 2 Deagles to play with against 3 solid terrorists.
They're stuck in connector here. Not a fun time at all. That AK that was dropped from Henny is way back towards Ivy. But it looks like they may try to collect it here as they head towards the back of trains. Nice work from Skadoodle. He was actually the one to take down Henny. Henny was in a fairly good spot to try and get some more damage in again with that AK in hand. But automatic onto Zeus, only bolts remaining. And I'd love to take away some sort of weaponry, but Stewie will put him down. So 2-2. Again, if you can keep that scoreline close here on the T front, you're definitely doing your work. But moving into, I guess, potentially a Byron? Okay, they will go for it. 3,500 and 3,400 on 2 players. But Henny, he has his AWP drop to him, so that's going to be their ticket to a buy.
Problem is, though, for Immortals, and we've already discussed this before, how simple it is just with the connection, smoke, and a fast push with flashes to get that B-bomb plant down. There is no defuse kit. And glass cannon for Henny. So they have to be oh so careful. This may funnel the CTs into an aggressive round that could end up hanging themselves into a pretty bad trap. But so far, so good. 3-2 formation. Bolts can easily wrap himself into connector if the A push is imminent. But this is giving up a bit of real estate now. Stewie 2K, and we've seen this already from them. Stewie goes out first, Automatic right behind him is the second entry. And they've got a lot of kills from these kind of positions. The smoke's enough to choke on. Automatic once again, no huge surprises, going in for 2 big kills.
Oh my god.
He lands it partially through the wall, onto heaven. Henny will play no further part in this round. Bolts finally shuts him down, but the damage has been done. Just a Max 7 and M4, and as I highlighted before, no defuse kit. So Immortals, pretty much at this point, are just playing for the save.
Indeed they are. Automatic. Just tearing through the defense. That was an incredible round from him. The rest of his team's like, all right, Automatic, you go on and do your thing. And again, he just ran around the A-bomb site, finding that third frag, like you'd stated, through the wall. His headshot there, and he was caught, I think, reloading on the final kill to put him away. But even had this crosshair positioning right for that. So Bolts might be able to find Stewie here as he wanders into CT spawn, trying to find a victim. Zeus playing close with his Mag 7, drops Shroud, so that'll be a nice weapon to bring into the next. But 3 rounds in a row for Cloud9. If they can have that kind of individual performance, like there's rounds where you're going to win, where it's just, the strategy just works out. There's rounds where you're going to win where you just have individual play that really leads the charge. And if you can kind of have the mixed balance of both, that really is the best case scenario.
Oh, absolutely, but Immortals have got to do something to plug in Pop Dog. I mean, they are hemorrhaging kills and rounds from that position alone. Automatic and Stewie 2K, and they continue to just poke and probe away until that gap has been somewhat bridged. So, I'll be curious to see if Immortals start to play more aggressive around E-Box, maybe just try and pop flash in now and again. It seems that's the case for this round for FNX, but now that's leaving vulnerabilities elsewhere. Phelps goes walkies in team main, gets shut down, and a very similar situation to the last round, barring a couple more defuse kits. Not a great deal of utility to play with. So Immortals feeling pressured to try and force the frags, and that's costing them massively. Already trailed by a player, although Stewie 2K and Nothing are pretty low, so maybe there is still hope for Immortals yet.
FNX spots Skadoodle hopping around inside a T-Con, but can't find the shot he's looking for. Shroud onto Zeus. That's going to be the B-bomb site, but we'll see if they decide to commit to this. Bolts is around, so he should be able to defend if they do decide to commit in here. We're going to see some forward smokes. Nice shot from Bolts onto Shroud, but there's still 3 to deal with coming down the ramp. And actually, nothing is right beside FNX. That was hilarious. I don't know if we caught that on stream, but they were hanging out for ages like they had a truce of some sort. But eventually, nothing puts them away, and, well, Bolts and Henny are in a very awkward situation.
Yeah, like deja vu from the last round, right? 2 players left playing for the save. The difference is last time it was on A plant, so it's a little bit more claustrophobic now. You'd like to be trying to flirt with the idea of a B save, but instead the Mag 7 is the way to go for Henny to try and force the issue over on Olaf side. Got the AK-47 in his hands, but will he keep it is now the question. The best case scenario is an AK through into round number 7 with a 2-4 deficit. Far from ideal, and it's not even going to happen. Henny gets picked off. Stewie2K picks up his 5th kill. Automatic, by the way. You did highlight him as a player to watch, and so far, Sprawl, 9-3. Very well played.
He's doing big things, definitely. I didn't anticipate that that he would come up this big this early, but he's definitely doing all right thus far. And Immortals, they haven't really had that standout player. You got Bolts on 8 frags, but we're going to see if anybody else can step up to the plate. Zeus is on a single frag at the moment. FNX with 2 in the stand-in, but Shroud, nice shot to start off the round towards the A-bomb site. Immortals are stacked towards A. The way they're stacked, though, not exactly close-range angles that they're holding here. Henny fairly far back on top of that green train. Zeus is actually on top of the ladder. Holds off towards Ivy as well. So this gives so much room for Cloud9 to actually come out into the bomb site. It should just be more or less the firing squad of Cloud9 just cleaning up here. Phelps has a close-range angle inside of the bomb site itself. So maybe you can deny this plant. So close. Drops some automatic to 44. Zeus does pick up his 2nd frag of the map thus far. But again, it's just exit frags at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Hoping to get a kill or 2. And maybe best case scenario was take a weapon out the round. But Cloud9 will not allow it. They're hunting. They're in it for blood. And so far, Immortals have been pretty tasty prey. They are going to have a buy, one of the best we've seen in quite some time. Actually, there'll be 2 AWPs. Phelps sacrificing the grenades for superior firepower. Going for the CZ as well as a sidearm, so maybe playing more of an aggressive AWP role. Be quite curious to see where he fills in right now through connector. So no fantastic spawn for him to get an early peek in the likes of Ivy. Henny is over there, but playing more of a passive role. And apart from that, standard stuff once again. Henny is potentially going to see action as both Stewie and Nothing are up there. And you can see Stewie's already had 85 health evaporated from him. So he's walking on eggshells at this point.
See how this pans out. Again, Phelps and Henny are both opping in similar areas, obviously looking at different things here, but if Cloud9 can get a read on that and maybe hit towards this B bomb site, that would be a very viable decision. Of course, they can't see everything we can, but they are grouped up towards that ladder area, and it looks like they will pull their Ivy presence back towards this side of things, so definitely could turn into a B-side hit. Zeus, again, he's been alright in this spot, maybe not standing as strong as he needs to. Hasn't had a lot of action, but in a previous round I think Shroud was able to walk in and just kind of find a pick there. So we'll see again if he can find some sort of defense as they are grouping up towards B.
Yeah, it's been a rough game for him as well, because typically the rifle rounds have seen Cloud9 easily get through pop dogs, so then retaking from B's is horrible. This is his chance to try and get some frags. There's the first one. Trying to transition, actually does pick it up. Henny, the meanwhile, comes from connector and silences Nothing. Fantastic hold by Immortals, and a much needed one of that. Stewie2K, the fast push into connector, will secure himself a frag, but the house of cards coming crumbling down. Stewie2K's AK, the last remaining weapon in play. Oh, he's going to land the headshot. He's going to make this quite a costly round. Cloud9 can fall back into a fairly big bank balance across the team. So any frags at this point are huge for Cloud9. But it looks like Immortals will hold on to the AWP. But the AK spoke too soon. Just the AWP. Henny will take through the AWP into round 9. But Stewie with 4 kills in that round, it's going to cripple the economy. And you can see the detrimental effect that has now Sprawl. It forced them into what M4s were probably going to be the name of the game. But now Mag 7, FAMAS, UMP. Much less firepower.
Yeah, I've always kind of played around with this idea where if the other team is going to win a round, like, you know they're going to win a round, at the very least, again, you got to do all that damage so they really have a bad buy moving into the next. And that's the case here. Skadoodle takes down Phelps, and I think Cloud9 is reading this that they probably don't have the best weaponry. Let's just hit them where it hurts. Just fled out into the A bomb site. And there's not a lot of countering going on here. Henny finally picks up a frag, but Automatic is going to catch him off guard. Okay. He was taken down by Henny as well, so it will be a 2-on-3, but the two CTs are very split up.
They sure are. Bomb planted out in the open as well, so this makes it even worse for Immortals to try and retake. There's so many positions that the pesky terrorists could be hiding in. Of course, we have the benefit of X-ray in the mini-map, so you can see Pop Dog. And almost a triangle of crossfire has been set up. Nothing's been taken out. Stewie2K will put the final nail in the coffin for round 9. And yeah, Cloud9, they did the damage in the previous round by Stewie2K, and now they finished it off. So 1.4k for FNX, 1.7k. This is probably going to be a force. They'd have to double eco anyway. So it will be Pistols and Kevlar. And Cloud9 on the brink of a 7-3 lead, and it should go to an 8-3 lead, all things said. So this is a fantastic start to the T-half.
And Immortals, instead of going on a double save here, they will decide to force buy. So we'll see what they can get out of it. FNX with an M4A1S in hand. They're getting aggressive towards B, actually. Zeus will be put down similarly to his teammate. And that's bad news for Immortals, certainly, as, again, force buying into the round definitely wanted a chance into this, but it's not looking good. FNX has even rotated over towards B, and it looks to be an A-side hit, so he's going to be away from the action. I guess the silver lining is maybe he can bring this rifle into the next round, but maybe Hetty can find something here as he drops the bomb carrier. Bolts is off towards Ivy. He's going to have nothing jumping into his crosshair, and he goes down as well. So AK to play with, and he's still alive and well from up in heaven, putting a lot of damage into Shroud, but gotta think, even if he didn't die there, I think that the fall damage would have killed him. So nonetheless, that'll be another one for Cloud9.
Mate, I'd love to take the next round, but the game just crashed. So I'll
boy.
be 10
All right.
seconds, I'll be back in again.
Not a problem.
Top quality valve.
Right, exactly. The game's been out for how long at this point?
It's alright though, mate. Soon we'll get new sounds. So
exactly.
It's all good.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so Immortals, again, they forced buy in the last round. Turns into a full save in this one. It was going to be a double save anyhow, so neither here nor there. But at least they got a bit of damage dealt in the last round. The upside is that the T-side economy isn't incredible. Like, you got 5,700 on Stewie, 4,200 on Skadoodle. Otherwise, everybody's around. Well, I guess you got 6k on Stewie as well. They've got some money to play with, but maybe not as much as you would anticipate. But there goes another round where they've got 5 players left up. This is turning into just straight domination. Immortals need to find a way back into this map.
I need to find a way back into the server. My game has crashed 3 times in a row.
Oh no!
Gaben, I will find you.
Right.
Okay, I think
back on the
we
buy
got
here.
success, mate.
Fantastic.
Jeez. Right, yes, back in. So 8-3, kind of expected the scoreline to rest there. The downside for Immortals after 2 weak rounds, this isn't a fantastic one either. With a minute 35 to play with, they got 2 smokes, a HE, and a flash with no kits. This is bare bones. They desperately need frags, and Shroud's gone out and enteried on B. Now, the good news for Immortals is the bomb still has a fair bit to transition across, so no quick plant. They have rotated 2 players here for the time being, but still, Cloud9 can play some mind games now, and Immortals with such a lack of utility may end up having to play aggressive, and it's going to cost them another life. In the form of FNX. Phelps is going to go back with another frag. 3-on-3. 2 players going to be coming through Ivy. Bolts could very well be the linchpin. If Immortal's going to pick this round up and get this CT side back underway, he's got to pick up both these frags, and he's only got 1, and that's probably not going to be good enough.
I don't think so. Phelps is going to fall. It's now Henny with his glass cannon by, and that is it for the Immortals. It'll be Automatic and Skadoodle with 45 seconds. Going for the bait plant here in Skadoodle. Able to find that shot quite easily. And Cloud9 just continue the dominance. Another buy round goes by where Immortals just can't come up with a defense. And that was an interesting round. Like, it feels like Cloud9 is playing a little loose at this point. They send, I think, Stewie and Shroud over towards B. They trade 1 for 1, and then they just leave Shroud just hanging out in B. And if you lose your CT side defender and you don't get eyes on that player that killed him, that's basically what happened. They committed 2 CTs back over towards B. Shroud was nowhere to be found. And because of that, their A defense is even weaker. So it's been pretty brutal here on the defensive end of things for Immortals.
Seems that Cloud9's dominance online on Train continues in 2016. 3 Eagles stand between Cloud9 and a 10th round already on their T side. And for me, I mean, it goes without saying that you desperately want 6 rounds at least on the CT side of Train, but this could end up being complete horror shows for them. This could easily be 11 or 12 rounds of Cloud9 come the end of this half. Now, Bolts and Zeus with the arduous task of trying to get something done, desperate for anything. The dream scenario, Zeus goes massive in a 1-on-4, but he's been spotted. He's not long for this Wild, and Shroud will land a tasty AK frag. And there we go. Cloud9 have already hit the double digits. That has got to be demoralizing for Immortals. Another buy will be forthcoming, but again, far from ideal. Henny is able to get the AWP and a bit of Kevlar behind it.
It's interesting to look at the scoreboard and see that the lowest fragging member of Cloud9 is even Skadoodle, like the impactful AWP that we would think would kind of lead the charge in some regards. Well, I was kind of pointing that he is a little bit stronger maybe on the CT side of this map than the T side, but still, he's had his shots come in, but the rest of the squad really pulling their weight. Again, Automatic and Stewie up at 15. Shroud has even had his rounds where he's finding some nice entries and such, so... And speaking of Skadoodle, he is going to be boosting up and over the smoke inside of the ladder room area. Doesn't look like they're going to find any success there, but again, at this point, Cloud9, it's easy for them to just play more or less loose, and when you get into that mind state, a lot of times you play a lot better than when you're like the Immortals and you're really just trying not to make mistakes rather than win. But anyhow, Phelps finds one. This is one of the first rounds that we're going to see Cloud9 actually fighting from a disadvantage 4-on-5.
That's a very good point. And when you consider you're on CT side of Train, that should never be the case. But time and time again, we've seen the first kill, the entry frag, go the way of Cloud9. It's typically been automatic out of Pop Dog, but Stewie's on 15s. The 2 guys that you expect to go in first have got 30 frags between the 2 of them. That's pretty ridiculous. As you highlighted before, Skadoodle hasn't really had to do anything. You know, they've been playing so aggressive and up in the face, up in the grill of Immortals, that the AWP has been fairly negligible in terms of frags. We've seen it mainly just pick off plays and eco rounds when they've looked out a bit too far. And you do expect him to start shifting things back in his favour when it comes to the CT side. Henny gets the first frag, but there's Automatic once again. No huge surprises. Who's going out first and picking up the frags for his team? Bolts meanwhile tagged down. What is Skadoodle? Executes Automatic. That's unfortunate. And that was maybe the lifeline for Immortals. It's been tossed out by Cloud9 as they feel a bit sorry for them. 3-10 in terms of rounds, but it is going to be a 4th round. I was curious, maybe nothing could pull a rabbit out the hat, but instead, it is going to be the Brazilians just about holding on. Skadoodle, the MVP for the CTs.
That's definitely the case. I just had my camera locked on Skadoodle because we were talking about him so much, and I'm like, I'm going to see what he does this round. And then he decides to just go straight P250, not with his op. He spots, I think it was Bolts in the center of the bomb site. And he actually did a lot of damage to Bolts before a teammate ran in front of him. But, yeah, rest in peace. I think there was nothing that went down to the P250. 10-4, Immortals. 5 rounds is going to be best case scenario on the CT front. You never want that to be the case, but you never want to give up either, right? So, let's see if they can bring it back. Last round is basically a requirement at this point. And pissed around and all that fun stuff, but we actually see a double up on both sides.
Yeah, a little bit interesting for me that Cloud9 would go for 2 AWPs as well, as typically their rounds have came off the back of explosive entry frags with sort of set plays, and sometimes just out raw as well without any flashes or smokes accompanying them. So it does surprise me a little bit, but maybe just want to change the pace up a little bit, assuming that Immortals would go in for a double AWP themselves. It's a pretty good counteraction. But they still have Automatic, who is lurking in the shadows of T main. The bomb dropped out. Declaration of intent. No fast pushes for now by Cloud9. They're going to try and make the most of those 2 AWPs. But it's still going to allow Immortals to maybe get their AWPs in work. It's going to be Stewie, of course, who picks up the second AWP, who will dispatch Henny with haste. Down at 6 he goes, but that opening pick once again going the way of the terrorists.
I don't even know how Henny got that shot off. Stewie, I think, was holding that angle. Henny went for a pop flash into Ivy, and he still got that shot off quickly enough that he puts him down to 6. That's incredible. He does die, so not the kill he's looking for. Phelps able to follow it up, but he goes down to Skadoodle, and it'll be a 4-on-3. All 3 CTs are in wait here in the A bomb sites, and they got that going for them. Phelps getting Automatic mid-jump, but Skadoodle fires back, so he's coming into his own in the last round of the first half. as it's going to be FNX up inside of CT Heaven. Zeus is fired off inside a connector.
Yeah, this is a good position to hold off when you're on defending before the bomb's been planted, not so much afterwards. However, he does get the drop on Skadoodle, so that's going to keep this round interesting. Two very separate positions, though, have been picked up by Cloud9, but that's all on Shroud. Shroud on 40 HP plays FNX, the stand-in, who is currently rock bottom of the scoreboard with just 4 frags, but he's picked up his 5th, landing the slick headshot onto Cloud9's Shroud. 5th round in the final round of the first half does get picked up by Immortals. It gives them a bit of a lifeline, and realistically what they have to do is exactly what Cloud9 did against them. Break the economy a couple of times, get a few free rounds in there, and try and get the snowball rolling. But this pistol is so massive.
It's hard to see Immortals coming back, but like you had stated, pistol round definitely is going to be the start to it all. If they drop that, it's going to be even harder, obviously, to see them coming back into things. But the T side of Train, like we had talked about early, or even before the map started, it's not like Immortals are bad on this map at all. I'm sure you can look back at their matches and see times where they get that heavy of a T side scoreline in their matchups. But today, it's looking like Cloud9 is walking all over them a little bit. We'll see if they can, again, put up a better stand here in the second half, moving into pistol.
Well, it goes back onto that point that we were raising earlier as well, Sprawl, where certain players may perform on one side, maybe not so much the second. A lot of those rounds came off the back of hyper-aggression, Shoot 16, Automatic 16 as well. So 32 frags between the two. What you highlight, I suppose, in this team is the entries. On the flip side, though, when you're on the CT side now, you can't really get away with being as aggressive as often. So this could play maybe into the Mortals' mindset a little bit more. Let's see if that is going to play off for them.
Shroud is playing close towards Ivy here. He's got the help of nothing as well. It's going to be the bait and switch as nothing and Shroud. They find 2 on nothing. Shroud can't replicate the success, but at the very least, they find themselves at a player advantage. Immortals trying to make it work in this A-bomb site, but their chances are not looking good. Phelps now alone, and it is just all headshots here for Cloud9.
All headshots all day, and just as we were trying to hype up Immortals, they get completely shut down. Absolute wreckage. So, dual Berettas, obviously the answer.
Wow.
That's what we needed. Zeus is like, what's up?
That's what
Living
I
on
needed.
a prayer. Let's go.
Oh boy. Alright, if we could just get our camera fixed on Zeus. Let's see if he's got the cowboy within. I believe, alright? I believe. Let's see where he's going. Zeus. Can you find the dual Beretta entries? Off towards B here. Stewie's playing with UMP up close. Again, Zeus slowly but surely walking around here. Stewie speaking the angle. Gets a couple bullets into him. Notices that there is dualies on the field. And again, we'll see if Immortals can work off of their positioning here.
I mean, if there's anything going his way, he's got one of the sexier skins. He's got the Panthers. So
right. I think those are factory new. They look to be.
Yeah, they look pretty smooth. Immortals, though, again, working off pretty much nothing and then just a flashbang. Got a decoy, pretty much nothing into this. Phelps hoping for an opportunistic scout, but instead he is going to be on the receiving end of a battering. Automatic puts him down with a dome shot. Second kill comes
Let's
in.
go,
And it's all the way...
Zeus.
Oh, he's got the kill. Okay, fair enough. Worth. Zeus, I stand corrected, bro.
I was hoping we'd see a second, but still. I think that was like a falling headshot, too. Brilliant stuff from Zeus, at the very least. Can give us some comedic relief, right? Immortal still on 5. Apparently the dualies not what they needed to light a fire underneath them. And moving forward, that was a buy from them, believe it or not. So moving into this one full save scenario, Cloud9 just gonna continue to build their buffer.
Yeah, at this point, Immortals are going to be into 14-5 before they can get themselves another buy. And at that point, it is last chance saloon. Full Glocks. Normally expect to see a fast B play here, but actually, Shu2K has called this one. And the bomb carrier of Phelps witnesses his teammate die in front of his eyes. Just wants to back away. Shroud on the other side of the map, though, is putting bullets down range, landing headshots left, right, and centre. He pulls out the USP, but it's going to be nothing. Good guy, nothing to the rescue. And somehow, Phelps is... How is that even possible? He threaded the needle's eye and got the bomb planted. That is the cheekiest of plants. And Stu2K is going to be like, what the hell? Is scratching his head. He was just there a couple of seconds ago. So bomb plant, honestly, is the dream. When you've got full Glocks, that's almost best case scenario. So, fair play.
Especially on train. If you've got full Glocks on train, the only way I see you getting a bomb plant is maybe, well, with that fake, or a fake of some sort, or just 5 players trying to make it into B. But again, with Glocks, it's generally not going to be the case. So that's a silver lining, definitely. But we'll see if they can follow it up with a round victory and a lot more after that, if they want to keep this map alive. Again, Cloud9 3 away from closing this out, and again, it's been very dominant performance by them. We've got Henny with an AWP in hand, but it could honestly be one of the only chances he gets on this T side with it.
Stewie again, though. Perfect crosshair placement. There's the importance of positioning properly. And, you know, Immortals, with a bit of a miracle, they went for a full eco. It allowed them to get the earlier buy-in, and the bomb plant bolstered up even more with more nades. But does it matter? Hell no. Just easy frags across the board. And now, as you highlighted, Henny, without any Kevlar, has chimed in for a frag. So there is still maybe a couple of lives left in Immortals yet. But FNX, Bolts, and Henny have got their work cut out for them.
Henny is actually clearing back towards ladder, like the showers area, just walking scoped in with his op here. So there's quite a bit of ground to retake if he is worried that someone has pushed through. And again, Stewie did get that frag pushed up, and he's the kind of player that you can't really count out to get aggressive after a frag like that. So again, hence his worry, but he's going to head back towards T-Con to group up with his teammate. They've got FNX towards Ivy, so they've got 2 angles to work with. That's good news for their take. I just see too many Cloud9 members laying in wait, though. There's going to be difficult. Stewie is still off towards B, but everybody else is around, and even a ladder presence here from Automatic, taking down Bolts. 20 seconds for Henny and Phoenix.
Yeah, the woes continues. 15 seconds left, so time itself is an adversary of Immortals. Henny, nice frag, but there's strength in numbers. Too many CTs to contend with. 14-5 Immortals. They have enough funds to maybe go for Tech9 armor, something like that. Maybe Galil or 2 if they want to go for a force buy. And it is going to be Tech9 and armors. This allows them to buy in the next round as well, with the full round loss bonus on the horizon. But then you're effectively sprawling a situation where we have to win 10 rounds in a row to take us to overtime. And I'm going to go ahead and say that's pretty unlikely, all things considered.
Yeah, maybe switch sides and you could think about being that plausible, right? But on the T side, to bring it back that far, we usually talk about how hard it is once the CT side builds a bit of a bank to just string 2 rounds together. Never mind 10. So we'll see what Immortals has for us. Could be one of their last rounds here. Skadoodle taking down Phelps. They take down Stewie close range. But a nice nade from Automatic going to cause even more problems here. Incendiary to boot. And they're going to have to flood out of the bomb site after the bomb has been planted. Automatic with 3 frags in the round. It's now only Zeus. And he's going for the crazy jumper. I liked his chances, but, well, I'm lying if I say that. Automatic with 4. That's going to be that. Cloud9 is 1 away.
Man, Automatic spray transfer there was... I mean, that was sexy. That was some sexy CS.
He's got some nice mechanics, that's for certain. That's one thing that I've always kind of noted throughout. I kind of witnessed him in the mid-tier before he was on TSM as well, and he's always, again, very mechanically solid with his crosshair and such. So we're definitely going to see more of that.
Yeah, he's been impressive, like, straight up. I mean, I don't think Immortals have really shown up so far. I don't think it would be necessarily unfair to say that. You know, yeah. We haven't seen the Immortals that you expect, but Automatic has been... You can only beat what's ahead of you, right? And Automatic's been doing that time and time again. Immortals now, with a bit of a desperation move. Phelps, decent smoke coverage, but not enough to stop Nothing, who's up on the connector jump boost. 2 players actually on top of the smokes. They're making sure that they're in the right position to fend off this push. 4 frags in quick succession, and Immortals will be going out with a whimper, barring a crazy 1v5 clutch, and it's not going to happen. A flawless last round sees